I got in cosplay is my friend Maris introduced it to me. We went for Anime Nord. It was in 2007. It was my first year in Toronto. And when she introduced me to it, we decided to make my first costume together. I had made a maid costume. She had helped me out with the sewing process. That was my first time, and since then I've been buying a lot of my costumes, but I still enjoy making a couple now and then, but that's kind of how I got into it. I've always liked costuming since I was a child, so it was just a hobby as I started. I feel different from myself. Whenever I'm in cosplay, I feel more confident. When I'm mostly myself, I don't feel as confident. It's almost like two different lives that you're leading. And I just feel more comfortable in cosplay sometimes. I feel like it's more accepting towards the people I hang out with, though I still do get stares from strangers that think it's kind of a little bit weird. We kind of get different identities. Like when I do Miku, I feel more cheerful, but then when I do Ciel, I feel a little bit more moody. It kind of matters. It's like you take the personality of the character you're doing. Like right today I'm doing Marisa, so it's kind of a generally happy character. So I feel kind of more happy, cute like style. So that's the best way I can take to describe it. I think mostly when I wake up, if I feel depressed, I might do some depressed character like Ciel. If I feel happy, like this weekend I felt very happy, so I've been doing a lot of cute, happy characters. I think just trying to get the environment right. So, example, if I'm doing this costume, Marisa, I would probably go more to a wooded area or someplace that matches the costume. Because sometimes you'll get photos where you don't see the costume fitting the background, and I find that kind of awkward when I look at it. I almost want to cut out the character and put it more into a background that would be more suitable for it. I feel it brings a lot to the image and it kind of brings it to life more. So usually I go a lot of location shooting. When in a costume, I'll check out different locations. I'll be like, oh, this works here and this works here. And then I'll let the photographer that I'm working with know, and we kind of decide together what's the best place. We take a couple of sample shots, think about what poses would be good for that place. And we kind of just work out different things. It kind of matters. Some days you really like being photographed, but there's other days you just kind of feel like sick and you're just like, I just want to cosplay and just have fun being, because sometimes it's so much pressure to get photos, because when we're searching for all those locations you want it to be perfect, but at other times you're just like, I don't even want to bother with it, I just want to just hang out, have fun. Like I would love to dress up in these outfits to go to work or to go out, but sometimes you have to think about the people around you as well. Sometimes it may not be considered appropriate, and that's something I was taught growing up, that you have to be appropriately dressed to where you're going in the culture that I grew up in. So like a dress like this, I probably wouldn't walk in the downtown area. People would think I'm kind of a little bit crazy. So I do get a bit frightful about that. So I usually try to keep it in the area of where I'm dressing. Main challenges, money. Definitely money. Basically you're working to pay rent, you're paying food, groceries, house, everything, all the bills. And then after that, it's just whatever's left over for cosplay. But you also want to have a social life as well. So when it comes to money, money is probably the hugest issue for me, because I'm really good at finding things when I need stuff. I'm good at altering, because I have an artistic background as well. I took animation at Maximat, and I've taken a few fashion design courses, which I've been trying to evolve on. And I just study things I see online, and basically it's the money, because everything costs. I think we took that word back and we made it ours. We're just like, we don't care, it's ours now. If you want to call us that, we'll be like, okay, call us that. It's a new popular thing, so if you're not into it, well, too bad for you. Because basically if you look at people wearing all those big glasses now, it used to be nerdy now, and they've taken that back and made it stylish. We're making a comeback. I feel in the city it's become more of a fashion thing, but if you go into a small town, it's slightly different. Like I'm from Prince Edward Island, so everybody knows everybody. So if you do something weird, it's basically people have known you for years and they're just like, oh, that's the weird kid. But you come to the city, there's so many different people, so many different cultures that most people don't care anymore. So I find moving to the city helps. Basically, a lot of cosplayers have the trend of when they were younger in high school, they didn't feel like they fit in all the time. They're kind of like the outcasts of the group. Like I was alone a lot of the time. I didn't have a lot of friends. I suffered through depression. I actually wanted to commit suicide at some point. And basically I found after I went to college and I started making friends and joining the community, I felt like most of that stuff went away and I felt more accepted. I got more friends. I felt like I could be a little bit more myself and let stuff out. But basically that was a big shock to me when that changed. Like I felt like more of a person in the accepted world. But when I was in high school, I felt like everything was caving in on me. I don't think it's just the cosplay community. I think there's a lot of people like that for different reasons. And it's just they haven't found what makes them them yet. And as soon as you find that, you blossom more. It's like you get a change of pace.